Hello, I am replying to ZAGHY2ZY um, on the Ratman things. First of all, I actually did not honestly know about this ship, which is the Borealis, and probably know something very dear about the Half-Life universe. I honestly do not play Half-Life because, well, I don't have the system to. Otherwise, I most likely would. But I would like to know more about this ship and the Borealis and like what he possibly might know. I would like to discuss that with you. Temporary stasis pod to rest. I think that he possibly was related to Cave Johnson because if you look on one of the paintings, it says the username was C Johnson and I can't remember what the password was, but it did say C Johnson. It was in somebody's video, I noticed, but I noticed somebody had the same idea. I have a friend who plays it, but I don't really go over to their house very often. But anyway, um, I don't know exactly why he chose Chell for a specific reason. Um, I know that like you see her DNA sample, or not a sample. I'm almost positive it's a DNA sample, but anyway, um, I made some notes. I'm gonna read them, and I'm possibly gonna come to other points as well. Have you ever noticed like the murals that he made? Because of his disorder, he wrote things at two different points of view. It's like hard to actually put them together. Like have you ever like? I also noticed that the numbers and arrows are pointing whenever like Gladys is trying to kill you or is about ready to. Um, what was I gonna say about this? Like he has schizophrenia. My mom used to work with a whole bunch of people who had that, but like it's really hard for that. It's pretty much having two different personalities. Also, that person who had what was his name? He had like the video of people or like the actual like really close to what he said or what he thought he actually said. Um, but history. So he was talking about something about the what's it called? The pills he took. The one sec. Let me do this. I can do this really easily. Sorry, it's like sorry for the music. It is 1:50 and I am scared out of my mind. It's this is insane. It's driving me insane. It really is. Um, the Zerifazodone zip ziprazidone. Sorry. I like looked it up and I noticed that the name Geoden came up. Um, the brand name Geoden has been suggested to bring mind to the phrase down or earth, blah blah blah, referring to the goals of the medication. So that means that like, oh yeah, down and then to earth. So Geoden means down to earth. I'm almost positive that it would most likely be Latin because geo. Um, okay, continue. Continuing with this. So I think that that's what he was talking about. I can't exactly remember what the words were, but I'm not going to look it up right now. I am scared out of my mind. Another thing is, like, I really do think that he lived in Portal 2, because the SSTV radio frequencies are usually transmitted from the moon or close to it, so, like, he should be around there. But what I find striking is how did he get there? Like, maybe it's a slight possibility. I don't, like, this is, like, kind of why I wanted to learn about your, um, ship thing, the Borealis, because how did he get there? Because as you can tell, he has a cube with him, and he took a picture of the cube when he sent the SSTV radio frequencies, um, and or it's the achievement if you don't know what that is. It's actually using sound to take a picture, but anyway, you probably know that. But I think that like when you shoot the moon in Portal 2, like some of the air pressure took out his relaxation chamber or something weird like that happened because you can also see a core of some kind in the photo. I think it is the space core, but I could very easily be wrong. Um, like, but when you said Borealis and the ship, I honestly don't know because think about it. I mean, you have the moon, and you have Wheatley, and you have the space core. Just I honestly, you don't know. You never. I honestly think that um, I honestly think that that's what happened. Maybe because I know it took out the space core as well. But also there are numbers in the paintings, usually ranging from 5 to 3 and crossed out with a line, like shown here. They also are like the 5 prison marks. I don't know what to call them actually. It's just and then 5. Um, but I think it's most likely to show how many days. But how did he know what days? I mean, he's in the bottom of wherever. You wouldn't really know unless we had a watch, but the watch would easily lose power. But of course, it's aperture science. Who knows? Um, I, I counted up to see how many, as many as I could in detail from videos on YouTube and all that stuff, and I got the number 37. Like, where else does that show up? Are there like 37 levels in the game? I don't know. Um, nah. Also, I need some more detail on all of his murals because I can't quite read anything on the videos. Um, he is schizophrenic, so remember the painting that said something like there is no blank, the only lost blank. I think it's like PHYCCS. I'm gonna look that up right now. PHYCCS. All it's coming up is physics. So if I can remember correctly, I think it's there is no something only lost physics. Um, that painting was like a pretty good example to show his schizophrenic side because like I said before, I think the image with the tower um, is shown and it's crossed out with red and black ink, which was most likely him. What I noticed is while I was taking his note, like taking notes of what he said, I noticed that I ran out of room as well. So it might not like everything. There might be more things than what you can see. Um, only P plus H. P plus H. I'm gonna look that up in physics. It's mining equipment. Um, oh, pH, duh, the pH scale. Um, but pressure, or no, it can't be potassium because potassium is K, but otherwise it'd be hydrogen. Um, and then the bell invites for the turret for its Nell. I looked that up, and it means to pronounce, or it's like wait one sec, Knell. It is ring solemnly for a death or funeral. That summons to for it is knell that summons to heaven or hell, which I think is really weird because how can it exactly do that if it's a turret? Anyway, also take some notes of his math. He might actually be onto something, and you might be able to see it somewhere else. But oh yeah, only PH seeing my eyes, and then some royalty. What other notes did I get? Oh yeah, the 37. There is no blank. Yeah, never mind. I already got that. Oh yeah, the top, or it's either top or it's tip, but it's 3 plus 3. plus 6, I think, this is just what I think, it says, 34 plus 20, 19 plus 6 equals x plus 6, 36, 8, 60 seconds equals xo, which I thought was weird. I'm gonna have to investigate. What else? Like, how is that a tip? Is that like an equation somehow? Maybe. Um, what else did I get? I had a whole bunch of things. Oh yeah. Unreason, smot. I'm gonna look up smot right now. I'm almost positive it means to like smite. It sounds familiar. Poke smot. It is a. I poke smot every day. Poke smot? Oh, it's supposed to be like smoke pot. Never mind. Oh, SMOT. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I don't know what that means. Unreason smot. Don't even try. Too many variables. Suckers, luck, exile, vilify. I know exile and vilify are the name of the song that is played. Um, um, but if you mix some of these like the quotes around that he wrote, you might get something. Like don't like wait, don't even try too many variables. Um, I wonder what vilify means. I'm so stupid. I don't know why. To speak or write about in an abusively manner. Huh. Exile. I'm almost positive I know what it means. It means to be away from one's home. So he's away from home and abusing it at the same time. So yeah, he could be on the moon. Um, but how is he living on the moon? Like, does he have food, air support? You need air, you know. Um, Sucker's luck. That one's really weird. Uh, you really just have to like pay attention to the detail. Like, I noticed the cans. I didn't happen to catch how many there were or what they said. I'm almost positive that they were beans, but I could be wrong. Um, Cups of coffee might be something important, maybe. Um, what else? Oh, Portal 1. Don't forget about that. Portal 1 and Portal 2. You want to get both of the quotes and paintings and stuff, and then I'm going to mix them all up and figure it out. What, like, he's trying to say. But what I wonder is how deep in was he? Like, where's Gladys's room? Because that's where he was working pretty close to. If you can remember, he was asked to stick his left hand because he's right-handed into the machine. And he's talking about Gladys, so I think that that's what he was doing, or that's where around where he was working. I'm gonna try to see if there's anything around that area that seems any bit suspicious. Um, he also, oh yeah, I saw this picture. Um, it was, what was it? Puppet, what? Den. Okay, I really like this song, but like he writes a lot about the companion cube, and I'm wondering if when he uh like if his schizophrenic side was like was presented in the companion cube, and that the companion cube never did talk or anything. It was just speaking to him through his schizophrenic mind. Um, and that kind of is it for now. I have like 3 seconds left, but I will make another video